Unveiling the truths about relationships. Have you ever wondered if everything you've been told about relationships is really true? Maybe you've heard the fairy tale stories, the idealized versions of love, but have you stopped to question what really makes a relationship work? Is it just about chemistry, or is there more to it? This video isn't here to sugarcoat the complexities of love and connection. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the 13 shocking truths about relationships that no one talks about. We're diving deep into what actually keeps relationships strong and lasting, and you'll be surprised by some of these revelations. If you're in a relationship, thinking about starting one, or simply curious about love's real nature, this video is for you. By the end of it, you'll have a better understanding of the raw, real, and sometimes uncomfortable truths about relationships, and how you can apply these insights to create healthier connections. This isn't just another list of tips or generic advice. We'll walk through each truth, sharing real-life examples, actionable steps, and strategies to help you thrive in your relationship. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And let's unlock the truth together. The honeymoon phase doesn't last forever. Remember when you first met your partner? The butterflies in your stomach, the endless late-night conversations, and the excitement of discovering each other. That magical feeling we all know as the honeymoon phase, where everything feels perfect. The early days of a relationship are filled with a rush of emotions, and it's easy to believe that this blissful connection will last forever. But here's the truth. The honeymoon phase doesn't last forever. For most couples, the honeymoon phase tends to fade after the first year or so. While some may feel that the passion is gone, or wonder if they've fallen out of love, it's important to recognize that this shift is a natural part of any relationship's evolution. This phase can leave many feeling confused or even disillusioned as the exciting rush of newness fades. However, the truth is that the honeymoon phase is just the beginning. What really matters is how you and your partner navigate the transition from passion-driven connection to a more grounded long-term partnership. Understanding that the honeymoon phase doesn't last forever is crucial because it sets realistic expectations. Instead of holding on to an idealized version of love, you begin to shift your focus toward building a partnership that goes deeper than the initial rush. The foundation of a lasting relationship is built on communication, shared goals, and mutual respect. These elements will carry you through the highs and lows of life, offering a sense of stability and connection that the honeymoon phase simply can't provide. This phase may be fleeting, but the next stage of your relationship can be even more fulfilling. It's about learning to find joy in the small, everyday moments, rather than seeking excitement from grand gestures. This is where true intimacy and emotional connection begin to thrive. By acknowledging the end of the honeymoon phase, you open the door to building a deeper bond with your partner that can withstand the test of time. To help you embrace this transition, try shifting your focus from expecting constant excitement to nurturing a deeper emotional connection. One way to do this is by scheduling regular date nights or activities that allow you to reconnect and rediscover each other in meaningful ways. These moments of connection help foster a sense of closeness and intimacy, reminding you that the relationship still holds value even after the initial passion fades. Remember, love doesn't have to be filled with fireworks all the time. It can be about finding joy in the simple moments you share together. In the next section, we'll talk about how these shifts often lead to something even more powerful than passion. Healthy relationships require hard work, not just love. It's a common belief that love alone is enough to keep a relationship going. That if you truly love someone, things should naturally fall into place, effortlessly. But here's the reality. Love is just one piece of the puzzle. While love is essential, a healthy, thriving relationship requires consistent effort, compromise, and dedication. It's not enough to simply rely on feelings. You have to actively nurture the relationship if you want it to last. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever observed a relationship that seems perfect on the outside but is struggling behind closed doors? This often happens when people focus too much on the feeling of love and not enough on the work needed to maintain it. Relationships, at their core, are built on more than just romantic emotions. They thrive on communication, trust, compromise, and a shared commitment to growth. Without these elements, even the deepest love can falter over time. A solid relationship doesn't just happen, it's cultivated over time. Imagine it like tending to a garden. You can't just plant seeds and expect them to grow on their own. You need to water, nurture, and sometimes even prune the plants to help them thrive. Similarly, a relationship needs regular care, effort, and attention. There will be seasons where things grow easily, but there will also be times when you need to put in the work to ensure your relationship stays healthy. Recognizing that relationships require hard work is crucial because it shifts your mindset from expecting everything to be easy to understanding that challenges are a natural part of the journey. It's the willingness to face those challenges head on and invest in the growth of your partnership that strengthens the bond between you and your partner. One way to keep your relationship thriving is by setting aside time for open, honest communication. It's essential to discuss not just the good things, but also the tough topics that often go unspoken. Regular check-ins with each other, where you talk about your feelings, concerns, and dreams, can help you both stay on the same page. Addressing small issues early prevents them from becoming major problems down the line. Additionally, practicing patience and understanding during challenging moments is vital. Remember, the effort you put into your relationship is what will keep the love strong and deepen your connection over time. Building a lasting relationship takes time, but it's this ongoing commitment and hard work that make the love you share even stronger. Ready to explore the next truth? Let's dive in. Unveiling the truths about relationships. Have you ever wondered if everything you've been told about relationships is really true? Maybe you've heard the fairy tale stories, the idealized versions of love, but have you stopped to question what really makes a relationship work? Is it just about chemistry, or is there more to it? Difficult moments aren't a sign that your relationship is failing. Rather, they are opportunities to grow stronger together. Every relationship, no matter how deep the love, will have its ups and downs. The true test of a relationship lies in how you handle these inevitable struggles. It's not about avoiding conflict or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about learning how to face adversity as a team. The ability to weather the storm together is what keeps you united and moves your relationship forward. When you can overcome challenges together, you build a deeper, more resilient bond that stands the test of time. Understanding that difficult moments are a natural part of every relationship is important because it shifts your mindset. Instead of fearing conflict or seeing hardship as something that could break you, you begin to see it as an opportunity for growth. This realization fosters mutual support, resilience, and deeper empathy between partners. Knowing that you can rely on each other during the hard times also strengthens trust. When both partners feel secure in the knowledge that they can face life's challenges together, they're more willing to invest in the future of their relationship. Overcoming difficult moments as a team not only helps you survive the hard times, but makes the bond between you even stronger. When difficult moments arise, it's crucial to handle them with care. Rather than arguing or shutting down, it's important to work together to understand each other's perspective. If emotions are running high, the first step is to take a step back and give each other space to cool down. Once you've calmed down, open up about your feelings without placing blame. Instead of saying things like, "you always," focus on using I statements like, "I feel hurt when." This helps your partner understand how you're feeling without putting them on the defensive. Active listening is key. Give your partner the space to speak and truly hear their emotions and thoughts. Once you've both shared your perspectives, work together to find a resolution. Focus on solutions, not blame. Finally, make it clear that you're there for each other, no matter the situation. Show your partner that you are committed to facing the challenge together, supporting one another through thick and thin. Take Laura and James as an example. They had been dating for over a year when Laura went through a tough time at work. She felt overwhelmed by the stress, but didn't open up to James. Instead, she withdrew and became distant. James, noticing the shift in her behavior, approached her gently, asking if she wanted to talk about what was going on. At first, Laura hesitated, unsure of how to express her stress. But eventually, she shared her feelings with him. Instead of getting frustrated or making it about himself, James listened patiently, offered reassurance, and asked how he could help. By supporting each other through that tough period, their relationship grew even stronger. They learned how to communicate openly, support each other, and face life's challenges as a team, which ultimately deepened their connection. Compatibility is more important than chemistry. When you meet someone new, that initial spark, that undeniable chemistry, can be electrifying. It's the kind of attraction that makes your heart race, fills your thoughts with dreams of a future together, and leaves you feeling as though everything is falling into place. But over time, it becomes clear that chemistry alone isn't enough to sustain a relationship. While the butterflies are exciting, they're just the beginning. Relationships require something deeper: compatibility. Imagine a couple who shares a passionate kiss on their first date. It feels perfect in the moment, but as they spend more time together, they begin to realize that they have very different life goals, communication styles, and values. The chemistry that once felt so strong starts to fade as deeper challenges arise, challenges that chemistry alone can't resolve. Chemistry can draw you in, but it's compatibility that will keep you together over the long term. The importance of compatibility cannot be overstated. While chemistry is essential for the early stages of a relationship, compatibility is the foundation for long-term happiness and growth. It's about sharing core values, having similar life goals, and being able to communicate effectively and compromise when necessary. Without compatibility, even the strongest chemistry can quickly become strained as unresolved conflicts arise. It's compatibility that enables two people to build a life together, grow through their differences, and overcome the inevitable challenges that come their way. To nurture compatibility in a relationship, it's essential to take the time to understand each other's values, goals, and habits. Meaningful conversations early on about what you both want from life, your hopes for the future, and your expectations are key to building a solid foundation. Rather than focusing only on surface-level conversations, delve deeper into the aspects of life that truly matter to both of you. Pay attention to how you both react to disagreements or challenges. Are you able to discuss differing views with respect, or do those moments create tension? Finding common ground is important, whether it's in your approach to finances, family, life, or your future plans. At the same time, it's crucial to respect each other's individuality and allow space for personal growth, as compatibility is not about being the same, but about being able to support each other's unique paths. Take Ethan and Mia as an example. Their chemistry was undeniable when they first met, and their initial months together were filled with passion and excitement. But as the relationship deepened, they realized they had different visions for the future. Mia was focused on her career and dreams of traveling and exploring the world, while Ethan was more interested in settling down and starting a family. Rather than allowing these differences to create tension, they chose to have open and honest conversations about their long-term goals. Through these discussions, they discovered that while their approaches were different, they both valued family above all else. With a lot of thoughtful dialogue and compromise, they were able to align their goals in a way that allowed them to support one another's dreams. Their compatibility helped them build a lasting relationship, based not just on chemistry, but on mutual respect and understanding of each other's paths in life. Individual growth is crucial in relationships. When you enter a relationship, it's easy to get swept up in the idea of becoming one with your partner. There's a natural desire to grow together, to share experiences, and to build a life as a team. However, one of the most important, yet often unspoken truths about relationships is this. Personal growth is essential for the health of the relationship. Take Lisa and Jason, for example. In the early days of their relationship, they were inseparable, always together, always sharing every moment. But over time, Lisa began to feel as though she was losing her sense of identity. She stopped pursuing. Her hobbies, her career growth slowed down, and she became solely focused on Jason and their relationship. Meanwhile, Jason continued to thrive professionally, and Lisa felt left behind. As resentment began to build, their once strong connection began to weaken. This scenario highlights a fundamental truth. Relationships can only thrive when both partners continue to evolve as individuals. While being deeply in love with each other is important, it's equally essential to keep growing on your own. If you stop growing as an individual, you risk losing the very spark that brought you together. In the first place, personal growth allows both partners to bring fresh perspectives, new ideas, and even deeper love into the relationship. Individual growth in a relationship is not just about personal development. It's about ensuring that both partners are constantly evolving and pushing themselves to be better people. When both individuals grow, they become more confident, secure, and fulfilled, which in turn strengthens the relationship and makes it more vibrant. Moreover, personal growth allows each partner to maintain a sense of independence and self-worth. A healthy relationship should never make you feel like you need to sacrifice your individuality or stop pursuing your passions and dreams. Relationships thrive when both people are able to pursue their own goals while still supporting each other's growth and ambitions. Supporting each other's goals is key to fostering individual growth in a relationship. Encouraging your partner to follow their passions, whether it's advancing their career, picking up a new hobby, or working on personal development, helps them feel supported and valued. Additionally, spending time apart to recharge, reflect, and pursue personal interests prevents the feeling of suffocation that can arise when you're always together. Setting personal goals, whether it's improving your career, learning a new skill, or growing emotionally, keeps you motivated and fulfilled. Sharing your growth journey with your partner allows both of you to celebrate successes and challenges, deepening your bond. Take Sarah and Tom, for example. Sarah had always dreamed of being an artist, but for years she set aside her creative aspirations to support Tom's career. Eventually, she began to feel unfulfilled and decided to confide in Tom about her desire to go back to painting. To her surprise, he was incredibly supportive. He encouraged her to enroll in a local art class and even offered to take over some household responsibilities while she focused on her passion. As Sarah rediscovered her love for art, she felt more alive and fulfilled. At the same time, Tom focused on his own personal growth by taking up yoga and working on his fitness. Their individual growth didn't drive a wedge between them. Instead, it brought them closer together. Both of them were happier, more confident, and had fresh experiences to share with each other. This balance of personal growth not only strengthened their bond, but also added a new dimension to their relationship, showing that the healthiest couples are those who never stop growing as individuals. You don't need to agree on everything. Imagine a couple, Ella and Mark, who've been together for 5 years. They are best friends, share a deep love, and have built a beautiful life together. However, there's one thing that always causes tension between them. They have differing political views. Ella believes in the importance of government intervention in social issues, while Mark leans toward a more libertarian approach. Over the years, this disagreement has led to several heated discussions, shaking their sense of unity more than once. Despite their differences, Ella and Mark's relationship remains strong. Why? Because they understand one essential truth about relationships. You don't need to agree on everything. In fact, having different perspectives can actually strengthen a relationship as long as there is mutual respect and understanding. It's natural to have disagreements in any relationship. You and your partner will not always see eye to eye on every issue, whether it's something trivial, like what movie to watch, or more significant matters, like how to handle finances or raise children. And that's okay. What matters most is how you handle these disagreements. A healthy relationship doesn't require complete agreement on every subject, but rather the ability to respect each other's differing opinions and find common ground. Constantly striving for 100% alignment can lead to unnecessary stress and strain on your relationship. In fact, differences can provide valuable opportunities to learn from one another, gain new insights, and grow together. Agreeing on everything might even signal a lack of authenticity, as it could mean one person is always compromising their true feelings. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect, open communication, and the freedom to express opposing views without fear of judgment or rejection. By accepting that you won't always agree, you create space for each person to remain true to themselves while respecting each other's individuality. Take Sam and Rachel, for example. They had different views on how to raise their children. Sam favored a more lenient, hands-off approach, while Rachel believed in setting more boundaries and structure. For a while, this caused constant tension, as neither could convince the other to change their perspective. However, rather than continuing to argue, they decided to sit down and talk through their differences, each expressing why they felt the way they did. In the end, they realized that they both wanted the best for their children, but they had different ideas about how to achieve it. Instead of forcing one method, they agreed to combine aspects of both approaches, allowing Sam to create more flexible routines and Rachel to maintain a few key boundaries. This compromise worked for their family, enabling them to move forward while respecting each other's beliefs and maintaining a united front as parents. Sam and Rachel's relationship didn't crumble over this disagreement. In fact, it grew stronger. By accepting that they didn't have to agree on everything, and by focusing on compromise and understanding, they found a solution that worked for both of them. This story underscores the importance of respecting each other's views and finding common ground to strengthen a relationship, no matter the differences. Physical intimacy evolves over time. Imagine Sarah and David, a couple who've been together for a decade. When they first met, their physical chemistry was explosive. Long, passionate kisses, spontaneous embraces, and moments of closeness that made them feel as though they were the only two people in the world. However, as the years went by, life became busier with jobs, kids, and other responsibilities, and things began to change. The fiery passion they once shared seemed to fade, and Sarah started to feel anxious. She wondered whether David still found her attractive or if something was wrong in their relationship. It's easy to assume that a shift in physical closeness signals trouble, but Sarah and David eventually realized that physical intimacy naturally evolves as relationships mature. In the early stages of a relationship, physical attraction and desire are often at their peak. As time passes, however, the connection between partners shifts from being purely physical to something deeper, more emotional, and centered on comfort and closeness. This doesn't mean the relationship is any less meaningful. It simply takes on a new form, one grounded more in emotional connection than in physical passion. Understanding that physical intimacy changes over time is crucial for maintaining a healthy and fulfilling relationship. It helps prevent misconceptions that might arise when physical affection slows down or transforms. Physical intimacy is about more than just moments of passion. It also encompasses touch, closeness, and shared moments of affection. Over time, these moments may shift from intense exchanges to more subtle expressions of love, such as holding hands, hugging, or even just sitting next to each other. The key is recognizing that physical intimacy can be an expression of love in many different forms, and that love in a long-term relationship grows beyond just physical attraction. It evolves into something that's rooted in emotional support, partnership, and connection. Accepting this evolution and being open to it can foster a deeper bond between partners and help prevent feelings of inadequacy or disconnection when the intensity of physical desire changes. Take Lisa and Tom, for instance. They've been together for 15 years. In the early years of their relationship, they were very physically affectionate, sharing passionate moments and frequent displays of affection. However, as they started to juggle careers and raise children, physical closeness became less frequent. Lisa began to worry that Tom might not find her attractive anymore. But after discussing it openly with him, she discovered that Tom still found her incredibly attractive. He simply wanted to focus more on their emotional connection. They decided to prioritize physical closeness in smaller, everyday ways. Every evening, they would share a 10-minute cuddle on the couch after dinner, hold hands while walking, and kiss goodnight. Over time, they realized that even though their physical intimacy had slowed down, they still felt deeply connected. This change didn't mean their love was any less. It just meant that their physical connection had evolved into something more meaningful and grounded in their partnership. Their relationship showed that, while the nature of physical intimacy changes over time, the emotional bond that anchors it can grow even stronger. Communication is the foundation of trust. Meet James and Clara. They've been in a committed relationship for over 3 years, but lately James has felt that something is off. He's noticed Clara becoming more withdrawn, and their disagreements seem to be happening more frequently. James becomes frustrated and doesn't know how to approach Clara without making things worse. He starts wondering whether Clara is as invested in their relationship as he is. One evening, they sit down for a heart-to-heart conversation about their feelings. What Clara reveals is that she's been feeling stressed at work, and this has been affecting her mood. She hadn't realized that her distance was being interpreted by James as a lack of care for him. Through this conversation, James gains a better understanding of Clara's challenges and learns how he can offer his support. Clara, in turn, feels relieved to be able to open up without the fear of judgment or rejection. Both of them realize that the key to resolving their issues was simply talking things through, honestly, openly, and without assumptions. This is the power of communication. It clears the air, nurtures trust, and fosters a deeper connection between partners. Communication isn't just about talking, it's about truly listening and creating a safe space where both partners feel heard and understood. In relationships, effective communication is the cornerstone of trust. Without trust, relationships can deteriorate quickly, as miscommunication or lack of communication breeds doubt, insecurity, and misunderstandings. When partners cannot express themselves openly, it leads to emotional distance, unmet needs, and often unresolved conflicts. Good communication creates a foundation for trust to grow. It enables both partners to share their vulnerabilities, express concerns, and voice their desires without fear of criticism or rejection. It strengthens bonds, fosters mutual respect, and helps couples navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life together. Take David and Emma, for example. Early in their relationship, they often had miscommunications that led to fights. David felt like Emma was pulling away, while Emma felt that David wasn't paying enough attention to her emotional needs. After a particularly heated argument, David realized they needed to change the way they were communicating. He suggested they start having weekly check-ins to talk openly about how they were feeling, share concerns, and make sure they were on the same page. At first, these check-ins felt awkward, but over time, they became a routine. Through open and honest communication, they learned more about each other's needs and fears. Emma discovered that David needed reassurance about his role in the relationship, while David learned that Emma needed more emotional validation. With this new communication strategy, their relationship strengthened, and they became better at addressing issues before they snowballed into bigger problems. The importance of boundaries. Respecting each other's space. Imagine being in a relationship where you feel like you can never get a moment to yourself. You can't even go to the bathroom without your partner knocking on the door or constantly texting you. Sounds exhausting, right? Well, this is where boundaries come in. Let's take Emma and Leo as an example. Emma, an extrovert, loved spending time with people and being around others. Leo, on the other hand, valued his alone time and often needed space to recharge after social events. Early in their relationship, Emma didn't understand Leo's need for personal space. She would text him incessantly when they weren't together, and would often get upset if he didn't respond immediately. Leo, feeling overwhelmed, began to retreat even more. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, and respecting each other's boundaries is essential for maintaining that respect. When you don't allow each other the space to recharge, it can lead to frustration and resentment. Boundaries aren't about creating distance. They're about maintaining individual identities and promoting a sense of security. After a few months of feeling overwhelmed, Leo sat down with Emma and explained his need for downtime. Emma listened, and they agreed on designated alone time during the week. This helped both of them feel more secure and respected, and their relationship grew stronger. By setting clear boundaries and respecting each other's needs, they were able to nurture a healthier, more balanced relationship. Jealousy doesn't mean you love someone. Imagine Sarah and Tom, who have been dating for 6 months. Everything seems great until one evening at a party. Sarah notices Tom chatting with a woman she doesn't know. Sarah feels a twinge of discomfort, her heart races, and she begins to feel possessive, thinking, what if he likes her more than me? The moment she sees Tom laughing with the woman, an overwhelming sense of jealousy takes over. After the party, Sarah confronts Tom about it, accusing him of flirting with someone else. Tom, surprised by her reaction, explains that he was simply being friendly and that there's nothing to worry about. Sarah, though, is convinced that this feeling of jealousy is a sign of her love for him. She starts to believe that if she didn't feel jealous, it would mean she didn't care enough. But the more Sarah thinks about it, the more she realizes that jealousy isn't necessarily an expression of love. It's often a result of insecurity, fear, and mistrust. This realization becomes a key turning point for Sarah. Instead of letting jealousy dictate her actions, she decides to explore healthier ways to manage her feelings and communicate openly with Tom. She understands that love is about trust and respect, not about controlling or fearing someone's attention elsewhere. Jealousy is a powerful emotion, and it can easily be mistaken for love. Many people believe that feeling jealous means they care deeply or are emotionally invested. However, jealousy often stems from insecurity, possessiveness, and fear of losing someone. While a certain level of jealousy might seem normal or even flattering in some situations, it can be toxic when it becomes the dominant emotion in a relationship. If jealousy is not managed, it can create unnecessary tension and erode the trust and respect that are essential for a healthy, lasting relationship. It can also prevent one partner from feeling free to be themselves, ultimately leading to resentment. Recognizing that jealousy doesn't equate to love is crucial for emotional growth and maintaining a strong, trusting bond with your partner. Take the example of Ava and Liam. Early in their relationship, Ava often felt jealous whenever Liam spent time with his female friends. She would wonder if he had feelings for them and would start to act possessive. Liam, noticing Ava's discomfort, brought up the issue calmly one evening. He told her that his friendships were important, and while he understood her feelings, he assured her that they were built on trust and respect. Ava was taken aback, but she realized that her jealousy wasn't a reflection of love. It was rooted in her own fears. She decided to work on her insecurities and to trust Liam more. Over time, they established healthy boundaries and had open conversations whenever Ava felt insecure. She learned that love isn't about owning someone, but about trusting them to be their authentic selves, even outside the relationship. This shift in mindset helped their relationship grow stronger and more trusting. Attraction changes over time, and that's okay. Remember when you first met your partner? Everything about them was magnetic. You couldn't stop thinking about them. But over time, that initial spark might seem to dull. It's natural for an attraction to evolve, yet this is one of those truths that people often avoid talking about. We expect it to remain the same, but real love isn't about maintaining that new relationship high. It's about growing together and finding new ways to connect. Take Lily and Mike, for instance. At first, Lily was drawn to Mike's outgoing personality and sense of adventure. However, after a few years together, Lily noticed that she wasn't as attracted to Mike's spontaneity as she once was. She began to feel more connected to his quiet, thoughtful side. This shift in attraction caused some tension because she felt guilty for not feeling the same way as before. Attraction isn't static, it evolves, and that's a healthy part of any long-term relationship. The key is understanding that this change doesn't mean love is fading, it's simply maturing into something deeper and more meaningful. When you acknowledge this natural shift, it can help you both adapt and find new ways to appreciate each other. Rather than focusing on how attraction has changed, it's important to shift your focus to new ways you're connected. Mike and Lily decided to take up cooking classes together, something they'd never done before. This new shared experience helped them see each other in a new light, and their connection deepened. They learned that attraction could evolve, but it was still strong, just in a different way. No one is perfect, including you. Ever looked at someone and thought, wow, they've got it all together? It's easy to idealize people, especially in relationships. But the truth is, no one is perfect. We all have our flaws, and that includes your partner. We might see their strengths and imagine they never struggle with anything, but we forget that imperfections make relationships real and human. Consider Anna and Ben. On the outside, Anna admired Ben's ability to always stay calm and collected. But one evening, Ben snapped after a minor misunderstanding, and Anna was taken aback. She'd built him up to be someone who never got upset, but in reality, he was just like anyone else. He had his moments of weakness too. This caused some tension because Anna felt let down, but eventually, she realized that Ben's imperfections were what made him truly relatable and lovable. When we accept that neither we nor our partners are perfect, we take the pressure off ourselves to be flawless. It frees us from unrealistic expectations and opens the door to more honest, forgiving, and loving connections. Anna learned to stop holding Ben to an unattainable standard. She saw that his imperfect moments were opportunities to strengthen their relationship through communication and support. They realized that perfection wasn't the goal. Real connection was. Love can't solve all problems. Emily and Jack had been together for 3 years, having met in college with an immediate connection. Their love was a whirlwind of shared adventures, deep conversations, and overwhelming passion. However, as time passed, they began facing challenges that love alone couldn't resolve. Jack's career became demanding, leaving him emotionally drained, while Emily struggled with her mental health. The arguments began to increase, and their once seamless communication became more stilted. Despite their deep love for one another, their relationship began to feel strained. Emily believed that as long as they loved each other enough, everything would work itself out. But no matter how much they loved each other, the unresolved issues in their lives only seemed to grow more complicated. One day, after yet another argument about Jack's work schedule and Emily's struggles, Jack finally said, "We can love each other all we want, but love can't fix our problems. We need to address what's really going on." This was the wake-up call they both needed. They realized that while love was the foundation of their relationship, it wasn't enough to make everything work. They needed to take proactive steps to address the external issues in their lives. Love is often viewed as the ultimate solution to relationship problems, but it's essential to understand that love can't solve everything. While love is crucial in a healthy relationship, it's not a magic fix for challenges like financial, stress, career demands, mental health struggles, or poor communication. By recognizing that love alone isn't the solution, couples can take a more realistic approach to their relationship, shifting their focus from relying solely on emotions to taking action. This could involve seeking professional help, setting boundaries, improving communication, or making other life changes. This awareness helps to avoid unrealistic expectations and fosters a more mature, proactive attitude toward maintaining a healthy relationship. In a similar situation, Jake and Lisa had been struggling for months after Jake lost his job. He felt demoralized and withdrew emotionally, while Lisa, who had a stable career, did her best to support him. Despite their love for each other, the tension between them only increased as Jake became more distant and Lisa began to feel resentful. They argued frequently, with Lisa thinking that if Jake truly loved her, he would do more to help himself. After a particularly difficult conversation, Jake admitted that he felt worthless and wasn't sure how to move forward. Lisa realized that, although their love was still strong, they couldn't just rely on it to solve everything. Together, they sought career counseling for Jake and relationship therapy to improve their communication. By taking action and addressing the external challenges, their relationship became stronger than ever. While love remained the foundation, it was their efforts outside of love that truly brought them closer, the truths that can transform your relationships. At the end of the day, relationships are not just about finding someone to share your life with. They are about creating a partnership that helps both individuals grow. Throughout this discussion, we've uncovered some surprising truths about relationships, many of which are often hidden beneath the surface. Ignoring these truths can lead to unhealthy patterns and unnecessary heartbreak. Take a moment to reflect on your relationships, whether they're with your partner, family, or friends. Are you allowing these truths to guide you? Do you recognize the areas where you can grow together? It's important to understand that love is more than just a feeling. It's about actions, growth, and most importantly, mutual respect. By embracing these lessons and applying them to your own relationships, you'll foster a deeper and more meaningful connection. No relationship is perfect, but with understanding, communication, and effort, we can build healthier, more fulfilling connections. So don't wait for things to get difficult. Take these truths to heart now and watch your relationships thrive. If you found these insights eye-opening and helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who could benefit from hearing these messages. Your support enables us to create more content that empowers others to build stronger relationships. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on future videos that will help you live a happier, more connected life.